sea glass. I knock on my friend's door, and a few seconds later, the door swings open. Hello, welcome. Christine greets me with a smile and a hug and ushers me inside. We had been talking about having tea at her house for months, and I am excited to finally get to spend some time with her. She leads me through the cozy living room to the back of the house, where the kitchen and dining table are. The smell of banana bread lingers in the air. What would you like to drink? Coffee, tea, water? Oh, tea would be great, thank you, I answer. And then I immediately become distracted by several glass jars and vases that line her dining room windowsills. They are all filled with different colors of frosted glass, oddly shaped pieces that look like translucent rocks. Sunlight catches them and fills the jars with bursts of color that seep out onto the dining room floor, walls, and bookshelf. Wow, these are beautiful, I exclaim. What are they? Where did you get these? Christine follows my gaze to the jars and then laughs, sounding a bit embarrassed. Well, it's sort of an obsession, really. She walks over to one of the windowsills and picks up the closest jar. This is sea glass, and I have been collecting it for a while. She shakes out a few pieces, and they immediately catch the sunlight again, giving off a rainbow of colors and hues. I reach out and touch one, and feel its rough surface on my skin. It is weathered, and one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. Beach glass is really meaningful to me, Christine continues. Each piece goes through so much, through turmoil and strife and pain. It was tossed away like garbage, seen to be useless and dirty. It crashes against the rocks, gets thrown around by the waves. For years, decades sometimes. And then it comes back to shore like this. Isn't it beautiful? She holds up a piece to the window, and we both look at it. It's sort of like a metaphor for life. That's what I've found anyway. It seems to help me when life seems so difficult. First I look at the beach glass in her hand, and then at her, and then at the jars of glass all around us as I let her words sink in. What a powerful analogy. As we sit down at the table, I can feel the truth of their meaning resonate with me. A couple hours later, after a deep and rich conversation about spirituality and life and meaning and love, Christine and I drain the last drops of tea from our cups. As I stand up to leave, I look around again at all the sea glass around us, circling us with their beautiful, sun-filled reflections. I do love what you've done here with the glass, I say, glancing at one jar in particular that contains turquoise, light green, and frosted clear glass. She goes over to the jar I'm looking at and pulls out a frosted clear piece. She holds it between her thumb and forefinger and then holds it out to me. I'd like you to have this. Her voice comes out gently, and I look at her in surprise. Really? Yes, it has a nice shape to it, she says as she rubs her thumb in the groove of the piece. I think it used to be the mouth of a bottle, and it is the exact size and shape for one's thumb to fit nicely inside. With that, she places the glass in my hand, and I put my thumb where her thumb was. A perfect fit. Thank you. This is so beautiful, I answer, and slowly put the glass in my pocket while keeping my thumb in the groove. If you're at work or in a stressful situation, just rub the piece of glass. Remind yourself that sometimes we go through tough times and we will make it through better than ever, just like this sea glass. Her eyes contain so much emotion. The analogy of the beach glass suddenly reaches a remote part of my heart, and I have to turn away before I start to cry. Well, I better get going. Thank you for a lovely afternoon, I say. We head towards the front door, and she squeezes me in a big hug before sending me on my way. As I slowly walk to my car, I think of storms and crashing waves and the beauty that comes afterwards. These metaphors for life right in front of me. I am so grateful for my friends, for Christine, for people who can see the potential for good in something formerly discarded.